Dining with the Cursed Bloodline, the Uncanny Land. The Sunday of Valentine's, I wake up aflutter, my ride-or-die wife by my side. She snores as American Horror Story Hotel screams from the TV at the foot of the bed. I remember past Valentine's days. 2002. I leave work early. Buy a bottle of vodka. So we get crying in the cab to an emergency therapy appointment? Or 2016, an excruciating dinner where my boyfriend cursed how much everything cost at Valentine's dinner, trying to ignore that our relationship were falling apart, and I felt bad too. I picked a chicken piccata with asparagus, sunk into my seat in a black satin Courtney Love for Nasty Gal baby doll dress. It couldn't stop falling off my shoulders. 2020. Now, same-sex marriage in a rosy flush. Unconditional love. A honeymoon period still not yet over. Over hard-learned lessons, I reassess what I would and would not sacrifice to stay married to the woman that I love. I tweet, despite all the shit I talk about Reno, there's some awesome Valentine's Day offerings. I wake Jasper up from where she's sleeping on the couch to see if any of these sound appetizing. A genuine impulse to take my girl out on a proper Valentine's Day. She hazes into consciousness, says, let's just see how you feel when it gets closer to the date. Like, I don't want to get my hopes up. Drops back to sleep. Jasper and I customarily fall asleep on couches or on the bed at different times. Odd circadian rhythm led to lifestyle compatibility. I'm like, Alexa, turn on the coffee maker, I say. A blue and green flash of neon light from a black hockey puck. It says, okay, in an agreeable female voice. I've set it atop a round bedside table atop one of Grandma's small doilies, possibly hand-tatted by Noni, her mother-in-law from the old country. Noni's tatting hobby bedecked my home in a juxtaposition of antique and hypermodern. I take joy in these things when people flee the contagion of contact with me. Every morning and night, Alexa tells me to take my meds. Every few days, she awakens the Roomba like a kraken. The cats still refuse to ride on it, to my chagrin. The robot glides all over the newly exposed hardwood, sucking up the soft silt of my great aunt's ancient ghost, Dusty, and whatever snack food we dropped recently. Eventually, it becomes entangled in a velvet Stevie Nicks shawl with impossible fringe couch. I googled the Nevada Museum of Art. This is the place in Reno I most enjoy, but my disabilities keep me housebound. The first year I moved here, I signed up for an open studio oil painting at the museum school. Working from a live model is really best done in official settings. I felt dreadful about my sleep disorder and my simple terror of being in a room with people, other people that I didn't know, and I just couldn't go. I mean, so I understand why my wife asked, is lunch even possible? So, I look at their website. Closed Mondays. Okay. Open at 10 a.m. Tuesday. I tweet, the question of, are my disability accessibility needs legitimately makes me afraid to ask, afraid to even consider going anywhere. To make this coveted Valentine's Day reservation, I would have to be awake and functional to call in the reservation, and also awake and functional on a Friday. I wouldn't know, I'd never know, if I would be in a flare or in a mental health episode preventing us. Otherwise, given my disability is mental illness, all I really would need was a plastic straw, the only accommodation that they could reasonably provide. If I can't leave my house, that's on me. Or is it? I don't really believe it's just my fault or just my choice to not go places I want to go, especially right now, age of coronavirus, yes. But when I wrote this last month, 2 months ago, Valentine's Day, February, it was the time back when going out was an option for other people, just not me, but now it's not an option for anyone. But anyway, leave the grounds. My anxiety races. Nonverbal meltdowns can happen, or bipolar rage. Being in any sort of crowd or under the same roof triggers thought-reading hallucinations periodically of the worst thoughts people would think, or even just strange and odd stories which, once I ask them, are complete fabrications of my own fevered mind. I gulp black coffee from a plastic psych ward sippy cup. I ordered it from Amazon's hospital supplies section, trying to accept that the world outside is gone as I knew it. I mean, then as now, having a safe space to live in is enough, given the rapidly advancing gentrification disasters. I tweet, prioritizing spoons means I have to give up trying to do non-essential things if they or their psychic weight is too heavy. I suppose that's how certain echelons keep unsightly creatures such as us out. Given, well, my limitations, staying in. I go to the pink tiled bedroom, strip off my blue leggings and Max Asbury tunic, redolent with the smell of being worn and slept in for the last few days. Toss them on the floor. I shower, sitting on the plastic shower chair, singing Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend, with my blue-gray hair knotted longer than the shower cap. For a few years, bathing has increased in difficulty, triggering a PTSD death fear of just taking a shower. Ever since this one time I was showering with Jasper, slipped, and fell out of the shower onto the floor. Hit my head on the tile so hard I was afraid to fall asleep alone because I thought I'd never wake up. So Jasper stayed home for work that day, and darling wife. Jasper cooks me dinner from a Rayleigh's kit that is the first meat and 2-veg hot meal I've had since I can remember. Memory shot, but still. White plates on the lace tablecloth, whole antique table. Usually there's just sort of a cat resting spot. I tongue the delicate sauce with chicken breasts. Ask her what it is. Sour cream, Dijon mustard, lemon juice, she says. And these purple potatoes, I've never had these, but they're so good. Salt and pepper. The whole thing came in a plastic box with instructions, so it was easy to put together, she says. In the first 2 months of our marriage, Jasper and I ate completely separate groceries. Did not share meals except eating ice cream in bed together late at night. 4 p.m. rolls around. I am done with the day, hoping the day is done with me. Groceries received and put away. Those little Shabani Greek yogurt, coconut, and chocolate flip things, oh my god, they never let me down. The illnesses, feral abyss of time, results in extremely disordered eating. I eat when I want to. I sleep when I want to. So they're disordered because my natural rhythm is off. So, currently as I read this, it's dawn. When I wrote this, it was, it's on my second pot of coffee, I know that. And recovering from a nasty headache. So that told me when to knock off trying and just rest. Stasis. I keep lying my head down on the red pillow and being unable to fully sleep without the monster, the hallucination, or the anxiety settling in. I think of the friend I last saw in Los Angeles almost a decade ago who gave me and my first wife this pillow. This pillow was a wedding present. Days will never be again. The headache turns into a 5-hour migraine. It has me praying for death. Listening to Les Miserables, my grandma's white fur, and my first wife's black velvet dress, hoping to join them. Too chicken shit to pull it off. I promise everyone, including myself, that I won't actively try. Have not. That doesn't mean I don't have a deep, abiding feeling in my bones that I will die. Sooner or later. I'm middle-aged. What do you expect? I mean, 40-something is 100 in schizoaffective years. We don't usually live this long. So I have this ominous feeling that I can't fight anymore. There are so many things worse than death that I have been through. Death would almost be a relief some days. By 8 p.m. on Valentine's Day, Jasper and I are both exhausted. She brings me bacon in bed. Bacon and cinnamon rolls are the comfort food I associate with my grandmother. They represented Reno, in a way. A permanent return to a foreign place.